Hello.
And we're on. We're live. Hi. We're going to try this again. Take two. I'm Lily.
And I'm Sarah.
Okay. And today we're going to talk about, well, whatever. A bunch of shit. It doesn't matter. If we can get to it, we can talk about little Yusuf, little so-called Prophet Yusuf. And
Yes.
his wonderful story of the tale of the torn shirt. Because if it's torn in the front, you know what? If it's torn in the back, she was trying to hit that. I'm gonna make
Oh,
it. It was torn in the front. I don't know. He was trying to. I don't know. I'll think of a rhyme later. So basically, but let me see if I can get my screen share working for a second here. Where's the fucking screen share button? Hello. Thank you. Entire application window. Share. Where are you? Hello. Can you see my screen? Okay. So
I'm back.
this is Wikipedia, the goddess of sor- sources to cite. Just kidding. It doesn't even matter the source, right? Everybody knows what bid'ah is, or they should know. But just as a reminder to all of the wonderful Muslims at Speaker's Corner making up their own shit, just remember that it is a sin in Islam. Bid'ah, Arabic, in English meaning innovation, refers to innovation in religious matters. Linguistically, the term means innovation, novelty, heretical doctrine, heresy. In, let's see, classic Arabic literature has been used as a form of praise for outstanding compositions of prose and poetry. That doesn't apply here. We're talking about in Islam, in Sunni Islam. And early Islam, just really fucking quick going over their shit because I don't know who doesn't know what bid'ah is, but I think they just need a reminder every time they say, "Well, I think that Allah is actually an infinite consciousness." Well, I think that Allah is actually more
A
of
magical unicorn.
an energy that we're supposed to use as a basis for morality and goodness. No, it's not about what you think. It's about what the Quran says. You can't make up your own shit and of what you think He is, of what you think Allah and God is, or whatever, same shit. But like, yeah, it's not okay. So
Mhm.
early Islamic history, bid'ah refers primarily to heterodox doctrines, as evidenced below. However, in Islamic law, when used without a qualification, bid'ah denotes any newly invented matter that is without precedent and is in opposition to the Quran and Sunnah. So basically, if you make up some shit that is not in the Quran specifically, that is a sin. Ugh, I
Mhm.
feel like they should know this, but they need to be reminded. I forgot this word. I really did, but I remember my mom used it,
Yeah.
so whatever. So that's it. Now,
Now
here we
that we
go.
got that, out of the
Now
way.
we got that out of the way, so next time you hear a Muslim making up some shit. See, usually when Muslims make up shit, then non-Muslims or whatever will call taqiyya. This is different than taqiyya because taqiyya, they're telling lies or propaganda about Islam in order to supposedly like to save their life. You're allowed to lie. You're allowed to lie. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
lie about Islam specifically. But if you're telling people things that are if you're saying this is in Islam and it's not, that's bid'ah. But anyway, so actually, should we even hit touch up on Yusuf? Because that sounded so terrible. I don't want to touch up on Yusuf. touch. Should we even talk about Surah? Yo, that was terrible. Talk about Surah Yusuf because it's a fucking funny little story, but like,
I
okay,
mean,
okay.
maybe you should. We should talk about, the wife of his employer.
Yeah, let's just skip through all the bullshit.
I mean, he was supposedly such a beautiful
Yeah, I
man
mean
that women couldn't resist him.
the whole beginning of the surah is just all about like, oh, he fucking, he was favored by his father because clearly he was, it's not a question. His father, he had a dream and he told the dream to his dad. His dad was like, don't tell your brothers or they're gonna be jealous. They're gonna try to fucking kill you. And obviously showing that he knew, oh, my dear son, tell not thy brethren of thy vision, they will plot a plot against thee. So he knew that his other sons were out to get him, but still, he let he let them take him out into the fucking forest and drop him down a well or some
Yes.
shit. you know, and he was like, no, for real. He was like, a wolf will eat him. And they were like, oh, come on, a wolf's not gonna eat him. And then, of course, they fucking threw him down a well. I mean, they could have just killed him, but whatever. It was
Can I
just.
just ask, how would the wolf get into the well though? I mean, the wolf doesn't have nothing
No,
to do, so how is it
no,
gonna jump into the
no,
fucking
when he.
well?
No, he. No, they threw him down the well, and then they told their dad that a wolf ate him, but they didn't even mention the well. They were just like, sorry, like, I know we said we were gonna defend him against wolves, but like, he just got eaten by a wolf, though. So sorry. So,
Sorry, sorry, father. I mean, I'm sorry. Isn't the father kind of a bad parent
so
because he
basically,
showed such favoritism
he
to the
got
youngest?
yeah. So he got picked up by some people. They came along and they were like, "Oh my God, there's a young kid there." They fucking yeah. So they helped him out and they were like, "We're gonna fucking adopt you and raise you and stuff." So here we go. Where does it start? Where does it start? This is the good part. So he of Egypt who purchased him said unto his wife, receive him honorably. Is this the one? Yeah, it is. Perchance he may prove useful to us, or we may adopt him as a son. So they established him in the land that he might teach the interpretation of events. Yeah, because he has dreams and he, you know, philosophizes about what those dreams mean, and that makes him a fucking
Mm-hmm.
spirit guide, soothsayer who can tell the future. So they established him. Okay, so Allah was predominant in his in his care. Wait. Fucking scroll down so I can see this shit. This is the best part. Da, da, da. Most of mankind know not. When he reached his prime, we gave him wisdom and knowledge. And 22, this is when it starts. This is when it starts. And she, in whose house he was, asked of him an evil act. She was like, hey there, little boy. It's like, no, he was like, let's say he was like 17 or something, or like fucking, 19. He started to look like a man.
Yes.
She bolted the doors and she said, come. He said, he said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim."
Yeah.
He, he said, I
Oh my
seek
God.
refuge in Allah.
Please protect me from this lady trying to take my
Yes.
virginity. Like the
He
way
said
that
he's
you're
my
trying to take
Lord.
someone's V-card too, you're doing the same thing. Yo, he's
Okay.
gonna be in the corner. He's gonna be in the
Oh
corner
my
talking
gosh,
about
no.
astaghfirullah.
What? Like, you think I'm gonna rape introverted smiles, though? This is so inappropriate. Like, I would never do that.
Oh goodness.
So, goodness, no. So she said, come. He said, I seek refuge in Allah. He's my Lord. He treated me honorably. Lo, wrongdoers never prosper. She verily desired him, and he would have desired her. So he admits that she was attractive. This is not hadith. This is straight up Quran. This is Surah 12, Yusuf, verse where we're at right now, 22, 23. So this is Quran. I mean, I'm sure they talk about it in hadith, but let's continue. This is some biblical shit. Dirty. Dirty minded. He would have desired her if it had not been that he saw the, what does that say right there? The argument of his Lord, something of his Lord. I need a new laptop. I can't see shit. Thus it was that we might ward off from him evil and lewdness. So of our chosen, and they raced. Oh, this is the best part. They raced with one another to the door, and she tore his shirt from behind, and they met his lord and master at the door, or the fuck, or his is her lord, whatever. The girl's husband. They met him at the door, even though earlier it said she bolted. So she locked him in the house, and they ran around the house,
Okay, so
and
if she locked him in the house, how did they come in after and find?
no,
Did
like,
someone open
let's
it?
say that they were locked. They were locked from the inside, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then they were running around, he was chasing her, she was chasing him, whoever was chasing whoever. It says, honestly, it says they raced with one another. It doesn't say she ran after him, but it says she tore
That's
his shirt from
that
behind.
actually sounds so romantic. They raced, they had fun, they ran around.
They had a race, like, like children.
Wait,
No.
can I say something? It seems a little bit suspicious. It almost seems like they were having an affair. He got caught. He was like, "I'm gonna get my ass killed. Let me throw her under the bus." I mean, maybe it was
Yeah, I mean,
consensual. She
or
actually
it was
liked him,
either it
and
was
he liked her.
consensual, or he could have tried he could have tried to get something from her. But like,
Yeah.
regardless, it was like, okay,
He sounds like
so
Casanova or some shit.
so his shirt got torn. See, the thing is that when we first read these, it was like we just took it at face value. Like it says she tore his shirt, so why wouldn't we believe that, right? But now what we do is we think, did she tear his shirt? It's not like why do we have a reason to doubt? Let's just look at the evidence here. Because the only evidence presented in this entire argument is the torn shirt. Nothing else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so they ran to the door. Let's say the door was locked. So there was like a struggle behind the door. And the dude was probably on the other side, like, open this fucking door. He's like banging on the door. And then finally, she probably, he looked at her and he was like, look, my shirt is torn. He's gonna believe me. Whatever. I'm like, we're just making up shit right now. So
Man, this is some R. Kelly stuff. He was hiding in the closet. The guy comes in. I mean, honestly.
no. But do you see this? Okay. Wait, where are we? Okay. So they opened the door. She said, what shall be his reward who wishes evil to thy folk, save prison or a pitiful doom? So Yusuf said, she it was who asked me an evil act, and the witness of her own folk testified. A witness of her own folk. This is terrible. See, this is a different translation. The Quran that I have in front of me actually says a witness from someone of the house, so it doesn't specifically say it was like a handmaiden or something. It wasn't like, oh, who was on whose side. It's just a person who was working in the house, and it's not even a witness, because listen to this shit. A witness testified. If okay, you can't testify and start your testimony with if. Okay, so if you see
Mm-hmm.
something, you would say either she did or she didn't,
Yes.
right? Like either he
I'm
tried something or she tried something.
honestly,
It
this is
wouldn't
my
be, hey,
suspicion.
I'm a witness,
This is
and
my
if
suspicion.
you're, yeah,
Maybe she mistreated one of the, obviously they felt like it was their
the
opportunity.
servant,
Yeah, maybe she mistreated them, and then
right?
they were like,
If it
oh,
was like a girl servant, she was like jealous of her because she had a hot like husband, and she wanted to get back at her, so she was like gonna accuse the wife, the lady of the house, of cheating on him. So he cast her out, and then the servant
of
would think she would
course.
have a chance.
I mean,
That
I
sounds like
feel
a
like
novella. That's like
whether it's
a
a
soap
man or a
opera.
woman,
Oh
whoever said
shit! The
that, she
fuck is
must
this
have
on screen
mistreated
sharing?
them. I mean, because nobody wants to be a
Yeah,
servant.
yeah. So anyway, so a witness starts off with if his shirt is turned from before, then she okay. If his shirt is torn from the front, then she speaks the truth and he is of the liars. Let's just pause right there and examine that. If he was trying to rape her, he would tear the front of his own shirt. I don't know how many people have ever seen like an attempted sexual assault, but pretty sure like when a dude is trying to rape a woman, he doesn't rip open the front of his shirt. He rips open the front of her shirt. So the person getting assaulted gets the front of their shirt ripped open. But
Yes.
let's continue. And if his shirt is torn from behind, then she hath lied and he is of the truthful. How, but why? How is it how does that prove anything if the back of his shirt is torn? It could have been torn in any way, right? It could have been torn during the struggle, during the chase around the house. A sharp object could have caught onto his shirt and ripped it open. Furthermore, if he was running away and she was chasing after him, she reached out and fucking, her long claws scratched down his back and ripped his shirt open. It just it's not a good enough,
And I
example.
mean,
It,
what
it
woman
would not
has
be
like,
sufficient evidence.
nails like that where she can just rip, like
Fucking
tear
talon
someone's.
claws, like a
Yes.
fucking eagle or a falcon or something, that she just kind of fucking filed up claws. Which claws would she have to rip the back of his shirt open that easily? His shirt was probably silk. Astaghfirullah, brother.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I
it
bet
just
it
ripped.
was.
It just ripped open easily. So that's just the stupidest thing, because this would not be admissible in any court of law as evidence. Like imagine you come up on somebody and you're like in the courtroom and they're like, a lawyer tries to bring evidence. Here's the shirt, it's ripped in the back, therefore she tried to rape him. A judge would be just like, this is a joke, right? You don't have no scratches, no bruises, no DNA under the other person's fingernails, no other actual eyewitnesses, not this fake witness who's coming up with scenarios. Because if this person was an actual witness, they would have said, I saw it. But no, they said like, if this and if that, then this is the conclusion we reach. And this is a stupid conclusion to reach. off of the
Yes.
front or the back being ripped, which shirts can get ripped any type of way. Especially they already proved that they were running through the house. So his shirt could have
Yes.
gotten ripped from anything. The
Yep.
point is, this is a serious allegation. Like
And I mean, he
he's
was a
accusing
servant,
her
right?
of
So he
trying
wouldn't
to.
have had like very good quality
There
clothing.
was no reason to. Anyway, it's just so stupid because it's a serious accusation for him to make of her. And it was just a he said, she said back and forth. But of course, they were more inclined to believe the dude. And when I first read this story when I was little, I believed because I just didn't have any reason not to. And no, it's not because I didn't have any reason not to. It's because I didn't think of it from that perspective because I was young and you don't think about how things actually are when people are in a struggle and shit is getting thrown around and people are trying to sexually assault other people. But like
Yes.
this would not be admissible in any court anywhere for fucking evidence. So this is so ridiculous.
Hmm.
So what is it like? So they saw that his shirt was torn from behind. The guy, I don't even know what this is. Let me see. He said, "Lo, some. This is the guile of you women. Lo, the guile of you is very great. Would Joseph turn away from this, and this woman ask forgiveness for thy sin? Lo, thou art of the sinful." The women of the city was like, you know, the ruler's wife is asking for slave boy an ill deed, and he has smitten her heart with love. So so basically, like then she went and fucking made a party, and they all saw how sexy he was, and they cut their hands and stuff because he was just so hot.
Oh my God.
And then the fucking story just continues about how he interprets dreams, and it's fucking retarded. But let's move on to the other one, Surat an-Nur, because then
Okay.
it starts to get boring. That was the part that I wanted to talk about, the fucking ripped shirt
Hmm.
and how serious an allegation of attempted sexual assault is, and how simplified they made it. Like, is the front of your shirt ripped or the back of your shirt? That's the stupidest thing ever. Man could have ripped his own shirt
Logic.
and came up with that argument, but framing someone is like not even conceivable, apparently. So let's go. Hey, can you see my screen, by the way? Let's go
I
to
can't see it anymore. Oh, I
star
can see it now.
24. Anor. Anor. According to what's that guy's name? Uh Zakir Naik. According to Zakir Naik, Nur means reflected light, reflected off the moon. Did you know that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, the fuck it does.
Yo.
That's what he said.
I mean,
Yeah,
that guy
sorry,
is just
sweetie. Like,
hilarious.
there's people that know Arabic. It does not mean reflected light. It's not implied. Like, it means light, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. I love
Yeah.
how he
Sometimes I
says
suspect
stuff
he
and
doesn't
thinks
even
people aren't
understand
gonna.
Arabic.
He doesn't know Arabic. That guy is a fucking twat. He's a
A
fucking twat.
twat.
Okay, he's a twat. Okay, so this is hype. How dare they name this Noor? Oh my gosh! From the very beginning. All right. Here is a surah. Yeah, it starts up. Here's a surah which we have revealed and enjoined, and wherein you've revealed plain tokens that happily you may. Wait, what the fuck? Where does it start? Is it? Oh, okay. Haply ye may take heed. The adulterer and the adulteress scourge ye each of them with 100 stripes. In case you don't know, stripes mean lashes with a whip. So, actually, they don't mean adulterer and adulteress. I don't know what this fucking translation is here. In my Quran, it says fornicatress and fornicator. So they're not talking about
So they're
adultery
not
is
married.
cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people are not married. I actually, this is fucking. I don't know who fucking who did this shit. Who translated this bullshit?
This
What kind of nonsense? And
intellectually
then they like
dishonest
mix the
person.
words together. Mix the words together. Like adulterer and fornicator means two different things. Fornicator is someone who has sex before marriage, aka a consenting adult who can do whatever the fuck they want with their body because they have another consenting adult, and that's totally fine. Adulterer is someone who is married but decides to go outside of their marriage and mess with someone else who's not their spouse, which again, like, is definitely not a good thing. It's frowned upon, but it's not something that we would consider deserving of death, stoning to death. So here you go.
Yes.
So if not adulterer and adulteress, if fornicators, aka two consenting adults, scourge them with 100 lashes and look at this. let not pity
100.
for the twain withhold you. So you're not even supposed to feel bad for them. You're supposed to whip them with no remorse. Don't even let pity withhold you from obeying Allah. Look at the wording here. If you
Obeying
believe in
Allah.
Allah and the last day, because you got to do what He says for that day of judgment, and let a party of believers. Wait, what the fuck? Where was I at? Let a party of believers witness their punishment. That's even worse. It's public. It's public lashings. That's what they mean. A party of believers. That's how they have these fucking public lashings. The adulterer shall not wait, what does it say? Shall not marry save an adulteress or an idolatress, and adulteress none shall marry save an adulterer or an idolater. So that's fucking stupid. I keep losing my spot. All that is forbidden unto believers. So say for example that somebody had this is exactly what we're talking about. If somebody had consensual sex before and they weren't even married and they just weren't a virgin, a man, like if they got caught, then from then on they're not allowed to marry like someone else. They can only marry someone who had been caught in that situation before.
Wow, that's
So
very
it says
limiting.
it's like all that is forbidden unto believers. So like, if you're like a good Muslim man, like you can't turn around and marry marry basically like who you want. It's limited. Um Now here it is. Three. Wait, three? Six to yeah, we're gonna go forward and stop at six because that's wait. What the fuck is going on here?
What?
Because I'm consulting two Qur'ans at the same time. I'm the one on the screen and the one in front of me. Because the one in front of me is obviously the one that I used, like, when I was actually a Muslim and, my entire life. I read this shit when I was a kid. And it's not lining up. And I'm trying to find out what the fuck is going on real quick. See, three, it has so many. Look, the ayah is so small and it has so many, like, fucking parentheses and, like, a fucking whole 2 paragraphs in parentheses. But if you look at the Arabic, it's, like, so tiny. So this is some sneaky shit.
I mean, they're trying to
Six,
elaborate,
right? Where's six at? Yeah, the fifth thing that he is one of those who lie. All right, so before we go any further, let's go into this hadith, which is actually tafsir from Sahih Bukhari, Prophet commentary on the Quran. We can read this tafsir to understand the underlying story behind this surah. Surah right there. It says 24, 6 through 9. So, narrated Ibn Abbas. Please have somebody come tell me that this is not the real, this hadith is not verified and it's not real tafsir. Because, if you were to do, there's no reason to deny it because it perfectly lines up with the Quran verse. And actually, without this story, the Quran verse wouldn't make any, well, it doesn't make any sense anyway, but like, I'm just
I
going
mean,
to continue.
it's probably confirmed.
I'm pretty sure because it lines up completely with the verse. So, narrated Ibn Abbas. Hilal bin Umayyah accused his wife of committing illegal sexual intercourse with Sharik bin, I don't know what the fuck that says, filed the case before the Prophet. The Prophet said, Hilal, either you bring forth a proof of 4 witnesses or you will receive the legal punishment of lashes on your back. This is already going downhill.
They put them in such a weird situation where it's like, no, I have to, prove it.
Yeah. Right? Prove it by not proving it, Hilal said he wears his ripped shirt. He needs to produce a ripped shirt from the back or from the front. Hilal
Yeah,
said,
I mean,
"Oh
it
Allah,
seems like
Apostle."
it just seems like someone who's
Some
incredibly
bullshit. Like
jealous.
everybody goes around fucking, fucking accusing this person and that person of cheating on them. Just a bunch of fucking bullshit. So anyway, so he goes, "Oh my dude, if any one of us saw a man over his wife, would you think to seek after witnesses?" So then the Prophet kept on saying, either you bring forth the witnesses or you will receive the legal punishment of lashes on your back. So the thing is that, either way, he's going to have there's going to be serious consequences for somebody because sorry, he is accusing his wife of a very serious allegation. If Muhammad decides that she is guilty, the punishment for her is to be stoned to death. The punishment of cheating on your
Oh my
husband,
god,
stoned to
it
death and
keeps
die.
kicking me off. Like for real, that's really irritating.
Oh, but you're back though.
Yeah.
That was weird. So Hilal then said, by him who sent you the truth, I'm telling the truth, and Allah will reveal to you what will save my back from legal punishment. Then Gabriel came down and revealed to him, as for those who accuse their wives, 24, 6 through 9, which we were just reading from Surah An-Nur, the Prophet recited until he reached, her accuser is telling the truth. So again, as for those who accuse their wives, her accuser is telling the truth. And we're not going to read it out of context. We're going to go back to the surah and read the full thing. And the Prophet left and sent for the woman, and Hilal went and brought her, and they took the oath, confirming the claim. What the fuck? Confirming? Who confirmed what? Of course he's going to stick to his story. He doesn't want to get lashes. He just finished accusing her. Now he's going to see it to the end. He's not gonna get lashes so she doesn't die. He clearly doesn't love her. He doesn't give a fuck about her. Even if your wife
Yes.
cheated on you, even if your wife cheated on you and you realized, oh shit, I fucked up, now she's gonna die. You never loved her if you're not willing to take some lashes for her.
Yeah, I mean, why even go? You know what I've noticed about Muslims? They always go to someone else and ask their opinion. It's like, why can't you handle that on your own like an
I mean,
adult?
yeah, but like in his defense, he thought this was the fucking prophet of God, so I can
Yeah, but even
excuse
modern
that.
day,
But like modern day,
Muslims will go
yeah,
to
the
sheikhs and
answer is
stuff.
always like you gotta go ask your sheikh, you gotta consult the sheikh, you gotta consult the imam. Yeah. Like you shut the fuck up. Like you can't you can't figure this shit out. We have Google. Oh my
Yeah.
god. We have so many resources. You don't have to go to some fucking old dude with a long beard to try to figure out your problems.
Who
So
probably doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and he's
so the
perverted
prophet
too.
was saying, Allah knows that one of you is a liar. So will any of you repent? Look at this. Then the woman got up and took the oaths, and when she was going to take the fifth, one of the people stopped her and said, if the fifth oath will definitely bring Allah's curse on you if you're guilty. So she hesitated and recoiled from taking the oath so much that we thought that she would withdraw her denial. But then she said, I will not dishonor my family all through these days, and carried on the process of taking oaths. This is ridiculous.
I mean, I'm
The
sure like
prophet,
women didn't really have a voice back then, just like they don't now. And
yeah,
being put in that position,
look
it's
at
like, of
look
course
at
he's
this
gonna
shit.
hesitate and stuff.
Look at this shit. Carried on the process of taking oaths. The prophet then said, watch her. If she delivers what the fuck is this? If she delivers a black-eyed child with big hips and fat shins, then it is sharik. Oh shit! He trying to play paternity test up in this bitch.
Oh my God, he's Maury back in the day.
Wow. He said, look at this vague ass description, a black-eyed child.
I
Like
mean,
any child can have dark eyes
that's the dumbest shit
with big
ever.
hips and
They're
fat shins.
they're supposed
Babies
to
are
be
supposed to be fat. Any kid could have that.
dude, I'm so
Big
sorry.
hips and fat shins, then it is Sharik. But furthermore, they never mentioned anything about her being pregnant. What the
Yes.
shit?
I mean, what did she
Later,
have
she
to wait?
delivered a child of that description. So the Prophet said, if the case was not settled by Allah's law, I will punish her severely. Wow. Look at all this. So basically, she had a kid, and they suspected that it was the kid of the other guy.
But can I just say, aren't they all Arabs with dark eyes
And
and
they
dark hair? And like, it's not like
to
there's
say
a
to
diversity,
say
racial
big
diversity.
a child with big hips and fat. Does it say fat shins? I read that correctly. That sounds like a fat baby. All, all babies are supposed to be fat. This is not specific at all. This is the
Dude,
worst shit ever.
this
From the
is
first moment
horrible.
when he said this was revealed to those who accuse their wives, the accuser is telling the truth. This is some bullshit. Let's go back to this bullshit. And now that was just a hadith, that was tafsir. This is in the Quran. This is Quran. You can't deny it, sweetie. No one can deny it.
Yes.
So, those who accuse honorable women but don't bring witnesses, scourge them with 80 stripes. This is different from what was in the Tafseer, which said 100 stripes. And never ever accept their testimony again. They indeed are evildoers. So basically, if somebody, falsely accuses someone, maybe they had a suspicion and they weren't correct, that's too bad. But you gotta whip them and never believe them ever again. So basically, they can never tell the truth, even if
Oh,
something really does happen, they can't tell the truth, and
I mean,
not
it
just about
seems
their
like,
wife cheating, but about anything. Never believe them.
the problem is that, the Prophet used to generalize so much where, I mean, or even his friends, they would generalize so much that they would say all women are like this, or all, it's like it's ridiculous. How come they don't have the same judgment for men? They say, men are different. Like they don't have a rule where that it applies to all men. They just have rules that apply to women. Like, oh, because they had one bad experience with one woman, they said that all women for the next generations will be like that. Like for
Yeah,
example, the gossiping thing or whatever, saying that the majority of women that dwell, I mean, majority of people in that dwell in hell are women because of gossip. It's like
okay,
not every
so I
woman
just
gossips.
stopped screen sharing for just a second. Oh no, that's not the fucking thing. Why the hell did I do that? That's stupid. Yeah, I stopped screen sharing. I'm gonna turn it back on, but I just have to send something real quick. Oh shit, I don't even know how. Let me go on here. Sorry, you can keep talking. You can keep talking. I don't want dead air. I just have
No,
to.
no, no. It's cool. I was just, waiting for you, but dang,
There we go.
man.
All right,
Islam
I'm
sucks
done. Now let me
ass.
go back where I was at and
It's
turn it
so
back
against
on.
women. I can't even,
Screen share.
I don't
Oh my god.
understand why any women
Window.
choose to remain
Quran.
in Islam,
Yeah,
to
I mean
remain Muslims.
it's ridiculous. Okay, so back
And
to
then
where
on
we
top
were.
of that, the fucking like hijabsters, feminist Muslims.
Hijabi
That's
feminists. Oh my
that's
gosh, they
hilarious.
fucking make me laugh. They make me like they just make me feel like I know you didn't read the Quran. If you read it, you were like half asleep and you were like you just like speed reading through Ramadan trying to finish your 30 juz, one juz a day shit, and you just like were falling asleep and you were not paying attention
Yeah,
because you're not actually looking at this and thinking about it. Like you can read and then not think, but like oh my god, let's continue
yeah.
because I feel like it's getting late. I just want to finish
Okay,
this.
go
So
ahead.
where was the last part that I was at? See, this is the thing that was so-called revealed to him by Gabriel. Fuck. Those who accuse honorable women but don't bring witnesses, scourge them with 80 stripes, and never accept their testimony again. They indeed are evildoers, save those who afterward repent and make amends. For such Allah is so forgiving and merciful. And for the He's so forgiving and merciful that he tells you to whip one person or stone the other.
Oh my
Those who
God.
accuse their wives but have no witnesses except themselves. Listen, this is the one that we just talked about. If you accuse your wife but you have no other witness, let the testimony of one of them equal 4 testimonies, swearing by Allah. All you have to do is swear by Allah 4 times, and we believe you, sweetie, that
I
He
swear
is
to
of
God, I
those
swear to
who
God, I
speak.
swear to God, I swear to God, she fucking fucked that dude.
She cheated on me, yo. Oh
I
my
mean, and how many
gosh.
men are very just naturally very
Dude,
suspicious
he
of their
saw that she
woman?
was getting pregnant. He saw that she was starting to have a baby bump, and he was like, "Hell no, I ain't paying child support. That's not my baby. That's not my. That's
Yo, can
not
you
my
imagine
baby.
if that
I'm not the
applied
daddy."
right now? Like
Oh my
in Western
gosh.
society?
Right? Oh my god, that's disgusting. Don't even say that. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I don't even want to think about Sharia law in the Western society. That's creepy as shit.
Yes.
This is look at this shit. They're like, oh, what's so bad about Sharia law? Fuck you. The whole Quran. I'm sorry, I got hyped.
Any woman who claims that Sharia law is good is is an idiot. I don't
Oh,
want to
I
say
thought you
anything
were gonna
too.
say it's disingenuous. But either she
I was
doesn't
gonna
know what it
say
is, but if
misguided.
she does, she's a fucking hot mess. Sorry, that wasn't any better. If any
A
woman
hot
knows
mess,
what
misguided, all that shit.
a hot mess in a dress, no, if she knows what Sharia law is and she still promotes it, then she honestly does believe that she is not equal to a man in real life, and she believes that women's place is beneath the men, and women need to be submissive to men and all that bullshit. And I'm
Yeah, that's what
sorry,
they
no.
believe. They really do
Like
believe that.
I can go get a job, I can work, I can do whatever. Dude, let's continue. I'm like, oh my god. So let the testimony of one equal four testimonies swearing by Allah that He is those who speak the truth, and yet a fifth invoking the curse of Allah on him if he is one of those who lie. For what the fuck is the curse of Allah? Like I know we already talked about this, but apparently the curse of Allah is having a child that has dark eyes and big hips and fat shins.
Damn, that's racist.
Shut up. It shall avert the punishment from her if she bear witness before Allah four times that the thing he saith is indeed false, and a fifth time that the wrath of Allah be on her if he speaketh the truth.
Do you know, it almost seems like she's a blonde woman with blue eyes. And and that it's not normal for them to have children with brown eyes or black eyes or whatever the fuck. It's like not
Mm-hmm.
normal. I mean, it's weird. I mean, wouldn't this
But
only apply
that was
if
it,
you
I
were in a
think, because they
society?
said they said 6 through 9, and it was like 9, and had it not been for the grace of Allah. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It starts with 1. Wait, does it start with 1? Da 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 da. The fornicatress and the forn. Yeah, okay. Actually, when it ends, it tells you 1. So when it's at the end of it, it says 9. So that's where it ends. I mean, we can keep reading, but it has nothing to do with it. Like, lo, they who spread the slander are a gang among you. It's a bad thing for you. And blah blah blah. They would pay just a bunch of dumb shit. But that was. I'm about to stop screen sharing. That's exhausting. But like, it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Absolutely.
Every story in the Quran has these flaws, and it's exhausting to read and then like hear people trying to
Defend
rationalize
it.
and justify it like it's actually logical, and it's like, dude, this is proof. Oh, a ripped shirt in the back is proof that, like, they were so fucking, oh my god. So it's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, that's done. Anyway, they were so fucking logical. They thought everything through because they had a ripped shirt and that was evidence. Yeah, maybe back then, maybe for you, we have better ways of knowing like evidence. There's so many things that he could have predicted, like
Yeah.
DNA, you know, and
I mean,
paternity and
they got the simplest things wrong. I mean, just like the anatomy of a
yeah,
human wrong.
everything, embryology, fucking heliocentric, geocentric, all that shit. Well, that's still under speculation, but like the heliocentric model, uh, just like so many problems. They talk about like nature and stuff in such a vague way, and they only talk about things that are like obvious to the eye that anyone would have known at the time,
Yeah.
but nothing
And
that's
not to
a
mention
real
that the
miracle.
prophet
And then
had
they talk
friends
about
that were
like,
scientists at the time and they were,
yeah, like he
so,
went out of his way to try and talk to people that he saw as educated, and it was like, yeah, so he sounded really smart for his time, but right now he sounds like a fucking idiot. So sorry, sweetie, like so
because
sorry.
yeah, the majority of those people, I mean, we can't blame those scientists back in the day because that's all they knew, but
Yeah, that's
he
what
did
they
take
that's what
from
made
them.
sense to them. It's a
He
lot of
yeah.
philosophy. He took mad stories from the Bible, the Torah, like all this shit. But anyway, I
Not to
think I think
mention
we
they
can
take from Zoroastrianism and
yeah, they
they
took
take
from so
from
much. He took from so much stuff. It was crazy. But I think we're gonna end it here because I don't want it to run too
okay.
long. And
Yeah.
we can plan another one,
Mhm.
like have in a couple days or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah,
so I'm
sure
gonna
thing.
so I'm gonna end it. Like, thanks for everyone who listens to this in the future. We love you. Stay
Yeah,
solid. Don't believe none of this bullshit.
it's bullshit.
Bye.
Peace out, you guys.
Hmm.